Hey guys, it's Kai from Lucas Landon Royals. Hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to show you how I assist feed this little pastel girl. Now before I go into showing you how to assist feed, I want to make sure you understand that assist feeding should be done as a last resort. Make sure you've exhausted your other options that are available to you, such as feeding different prey items like rats and mice and hamsters, gerbils, ASFs, whatever you have available to you, frozen and live. Try those first, because assist feeding is not pleasant for the snake, and so you want to use it as a last resort. I mean, it's basically your last ditch effort to try to get some nutrients into the snake. So just be aware of that. And with that in mind, let me first go ahead and show you how to do the assist feeding. So this is footage taken from a couple days ago, and as you can see, the process is really quick, and it should be, because the more you're handling it, the more stressed out the animal gets. So you really want to be able to do this as quickly as possible. And as you can see, it's all over in just a matter of seconds. Before I attempted to do this on my own for the very first time, I looked for a lot of information on the web, whatever I can get my hands on. I looked at tutorials, I did a lot of research, and fortunately, my very first time was successful. And ever since then, I've been picking up little tips and tricks, and based on my experience, I have some detailed information that I want to share with you regarding this technique. So now that you've seen it in action, I'm going to demonstrate it again using this dry erase marker. So just imagine the cap up here, the thick part of this marker being the head of the snake. So when you go and grab the snake, you definitely don't want to be shy and grab it anywhere but right behind the thickest part of its head, because if you grab it anywhere behind it, that's going to allow the head wiggle room to swing back and forth and potentially injure itself. So you want to go as close to the thickest part of its head as possible, right behind that thick part. So grab the neck firmly, and you can check to make sure that you have some sight of its dorsal. More importantly, you want to flip it over and make sure you can see the chin and have a clear sight of its neck all the way down to its belly. This ensures that you are not crushing its trachea and blocking off its oxygen supply. So now that you know how to grab the snake, next you want to make sure that the body will be squirming. I guarantee you the body will be squirming around. So you want to use your hand to straighten it out as best as you can. Use your other 3 fingers to just firmly hold it in place like that. So now you know how to hold the snake. Next, let me show you how to prepare the prey. Alright, so what I have here is a frozen thawed fuzzy mouse. And what I do is I use a pair of tweezers like this, just so I can see it and I have clear vision. If I'm using my fingers like this, it's kind of hard to see what's going on. So I like to use a pair of tweezers like this, and I just grab it like this. You see, the tweezers don't protrude the prey item. I'm grabbing it behind it. Sometimes I even grab it like right at the shoulder like this. Alright, so I hold the prey item like that, and with the snake in my other hand like this, firmly and securely holding its body, I'm going to take the prey's nose and push it up against the snake's nose. And when you do that, the snake's going to naturally open up its mouth, and then you can put the prey item in. And when I put the prey item in, I like to put it in so that, pretend this is the snake's mouth, right? Of course, this is not to scale. So when you put the prey item in, I like to push it in so that the shoulder of the little prey item is right at the edge in here of the mouth. So essentially, I'm doing this, pushing it right up so the shoulder passes the corner of his mouth. And you're probably thinking, wow, that's a lot of prey to be putting into its mouth. It's going from this point right here, from the nose to the shoulder, and that's almost looking like half the size of this prey item. But in reality, if you think about it, these little mouse are very flexible, and so when you're pushing it in, I mean, you're basically squishing its body in there. So in reality, it's not that much distance between the shoulder right here and the tip of its nose. You're just compressing the body in there a little bit. And when you compress it, because the snake's teeth are angled backwards, when you compress it in there and then you let go, as the little prey item tries to bounce back out, it latches onto all of the teeth. So that's going to really help to keep the item in the snake's mouth so that it doesn't spit it back out. So now I'm going to show you the same footage. I'll slow it down slightly and I'll talk through it. Alright, so here she is. First I'm going to do is get her into position so I can grab her right behind the head. Notice I have a clean tub and the prey item is off camera. So next, check to make sure her airway is clear. And then I'm going to straighten her body out and using my fingers hold her body firmly in place. Now at this point I'm reaching over to get the prey item onto the tweezers. Now here I'm just pushing the prey's nose up against the snake's nose, and you can see how easily the snake's mouth opens up. Once the prey is far enough in, like I said, to its shoulder, I quickly put the snake back into her tub. Now you can see she's squirming around, she's not comfortable with it, but she quickly calms down. Now sometimes they'll try to spit it out, but in this case she didn't. She's taking it really nicely. Once you see the side-to-side motion of their jaw, that's a sign that they have accepted the prey as food, and they're going to slowly walk that prey item using the side-to-side motion, pulling that prey item into their mouth. So that's it. What's important here is the technique. Technique is the key to the overall success of this feeding method. I hope you learned something in this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up to let me know that this is helpful. I'll leave you to watch as she swallows the rest of the mouse. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.